Good evening. My name is Patty Erjavic, and I'm the president of Pueblo Community College. And it's my pleasure to welcome you here to the college this evening for an opportunity to learn more about the candidates that we have before us. On behalf of the Pueblo Chieftain, Pueblo Community College, and the Center for New Media, it's our pleasure to bring you a series of 5 debates. 2 of them will be this evening, 2 more on Thursday, and then the final debate will be at the Convention Center on October 10th. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Steve Henson from the Pueblo Chieftain, who will moderate this evening's debates. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. Tonight's forum is sponsored by the Pueblo Chieftain, the Center for New Media here at Pueblo Community College, and the Governance Task Force of the 2020 Commission. We call it a forum rather than a debate because really the purpose has been for many years that we've done these forums is to give you an opportunity to hear the points of view of each candidate. It isn't so much about who wins and loses, but rather to get to know the candidates better. And in that spirit, we'd ask that you, while you can clap for your the candidate of your choice and support them, we'd ask that you respect the other person's point of view and not interrupt them or hiss or boo or any of that type of thing. They both deserve our respect for being willing to run for office. Okay, this is the forum for the State House District number 46 with Leroy Garcia, Jerry Denney. We flipped a coin in the back to see who would go first and who would go last, because there's an advantage to each one. And Leroy won the coin flip, and he elected to begin. So, Leroy Garcia.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henson. I especially would like to thank the Pueblo Chieftain and Pueblo Community College for hosting this forum tonight, and especially thank each of you for being here and joining us. For those of you who are at home and joining us, it's really important because your participation in this election is much appreciated and needed. My name is Leroy Garcia, and I'm running for the Colorado State House District 46. I share this with you because I'm from this community. A 4th generation from southern Colorado, my family has been here for years, and we are invested in this community, from my grandparents who farmed the lands south of the Mesa to my parents who have owned and operated a business in Pueblo for 30-some years. To each of us, we call Pueblo home, like many of yous. My values are reflected in the values you have. And I'm here tonight to debate and to discuss the issues that are important to Pueblo, Colorado, and to the surrounding areas, including Beulah, Colorado City, and Rye. As your next representative for House District 46, I want to ensure that the items that are important to you are well represented at the state level. It's service that is at the heart of the working class people here in Pueblo. And it's service that has made our community the strong backbone that it is. As many refer to it as the Southern Colorado capital. So it's for this reason that we must ensure that the community we live in today is a better community for tomorrow. Having 2 young children, I care about this community, and my wife and I have been invested through our service throughout the years. And so tonight I look forward to the opportunity to state my case and to earn your support to be your next representative at the State House.
We'll now have opening remarks from Jerry Denney. Jerry?
Thank you, Steve. You look better than your picture in the paper.
That's not saying much.
Folks, my dad moved us up here to Pueblo, Colorado in 1949 off the dairy farm where I was born. And we've lived here ever since. My dad didn't want to milk cows twice a day. He wanted 8 hours in the steel mill. He spent 32 years there. I spent 34 years there. We both wore out a lot of work shoes and work gloves, and we know the value of a job and the wage you can earn from it and the dignity and the honor that it bestows on you, your family, your neighborhood, and your community. I understand that there's been a few hard times in this town. I've lived through them, through strikes, through lack of orders at the steel mill, but also through the times when there was no money to put food on the table from a job. My dad didn't go down to the courthouse to draw commodities. He cleaned ash pits and picked up scrap for the junkyard. My 4 brothers and I had nothing to eat but oatmeal 3 times a day with nothing to put in it for months. It was 35 years before I could eat that stuff again. So what I'm seeing here in Pueblo and in southern Colorado is hard times again. I don't like them. Those memories haunt me, and I know what it does to families, children, fathers. I've talked to some. One gentleman said, I've put in 147 applications in 1 interview. That's tough. I do believe being the representative for House District 46 gives me the responsibility to turn that around and return us to prosperity. I do believe that my hard work at the mill, going from a union member to a management member and directing the men, materials, and machinery to produce a heat of steel at 120 tons and 3,000 degrees, molten, same viscosity as water, folks. Better be able to keep it in. And I understand that it takes a team to work, and you need the support of others, like the weld shop, the crane millwrights, the electricians. If you don't have that support from others, you're not going to accomplish your goal. And I do believe that I can go represent House District 46 in Denver and accomplish those goals and get our area, our city, our county, and our state back on the road to prosperity, where a person can have a job and the dignity that goes with it. Thank you.
Okay, we'll now begin the question and answer portion of the program, and we will pose the questions in alternate fashion, so each will have an opportunity to answer the question first. They'll have 2 minutes each to answer the question, and they'll each have a minute rebuttal after that if they choose to make any other points or to rebut what their opponent has said. We'll start the questions with Leroy. Leroy, and the first question is, regardless of who wins, Pueblo will have 2 new state representatives this session. How will you overcome the challenges posed by that collective inexperience at the state level?
Thank you, Mr. Henson. Well, serving an elected position is not new to me. I've had the privilege since you elected me to the Pueblo City Council, and I have earned a reputation of bold leadership, leadership that has resulted in driven goals, objectives, and products. And that's important for this community because at the end of the day, we can talk a lot about things you hope to accomplish, but I'm driven by things you accomplish. And so serving at a different level would just be a newer experience, but I might share that working with others has always been a passion of mine and something that has come very easily. When I served in the Marine Corps in early 2003 and served in Iraq, we didn't ask our colleagues next to us what their voter registration was, what their race was, what their religion was. We asked, how do we accomplish this mission for the good of the country? And so I want, with that same spirit, to move forward to the State House and accomplish tasks that need to be done on behalf of the city of Pueblo and the southern Colorado.
Okay. Jerry?
Thank you. When you elect me to go be your House District 46 representative, I'm going to get to Denver, and what I'm going to do is to create coalitions between work groups, work committees, people that understand what's going on. When I first started working at the steel mill, I was 19 years old. I didn't know anything. I thought I knew everything. One of the things I did was go ask the guys, the old heads, the old timers, how do you do this? Next thing you know, I'm accomplishing things that I didn't know how to do much easier. Work smarter, not harder. And so when you get to Denver, you don't do it on your own. You don't think you know everything. You learn from the others that have been there before you. And I do believe, with my past experience in the union for 17 years and in management for 17 years, that you have to work with others. If you're not on the same page and you're not trying to accomplish the same goals, you're going to fail. And believe me, we don't want to fail in this economic times, these economic conditions we're living in now. We don't want more hard times coming down from Denver. And one of the things I'd love to accomplish is make the people up in Denver aware of the fact that something does exist south of Colorado Springs. And I'm sure that this hard hat will let them know I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to do what is needed. Direct me, guide me, lead me, inform me, teach me, show me how to do it. Because by golly, I want to get the job done, and I want to get it done right so that the people in this district, in this county, this city, and this state can have prosperity again. One of the things I did do, buy the Chieftain for 3 cents, sell them for a nickel on the streets downtown. 1950, I got to keep both those pennies. They were mine. And I want everybody to have that same feeling in every job that they have that we get back from Denver. Thank you.
Leroy, any other comments?
Mr. Henson, you know, one of the things that distinguish us is I have the experience. Serving on city council, you get results. And I have been known for my ability to call town hall meetings, and not only just get town hall meetings and listen to people, because you're right, we have to absolutely listen to people. You know, this last couple of years on city council, I have realized that it's not policymakers who make decisions, it's citizens. Citizens make decisions. They allow policymakers to have the information that is needed to move forward. And so I have that experience of convening town hall meetings, of working with people, of the collaboration, especially in this community. I have a reputation for getting the job done, and that's exactly what I'll do at the State House.
Jerry?
In my experience as a management out at the CFNI, one of the things we didn't like was meetings, because you didn't accomplish anything in a meeting. What you needed to do was get out on the floor, get out in the neighborhood, the community, find out what's needed. What's got our economy shackled and burdened? What's got the people discouraged and disheartened? I've talked to several young people that their families, their house is upside down, they can't find jobs, they can't find work. They don't want to go to a meeting, they want to go to work. And one of the things I want to do is not have a meeting. I want to go find out from the people what their problems are, go to the businesses, find out what their problems are, and I've done that. Believe me, some of the stuff of the 514 regulations and rules that came out of this last legislative session, boy, I'll tell you, that was not Unchained Melody, folks. That was nasty stuff. Thank you.